All right, this is Bill. I'm leaving videos with the Interceptor and the Continental GT Royal Enfields, but I'm also going to leave a video on my AK 550. I got to tell you, I'm a scooter guy. I have had, well, this is number 5 Kimco scooter along with the BMW 650 GT that I had. This is really, really, really a good bike, but it's missing a few things. Number one is it has left me stranded on many occasions. Guys are having battery problems with these. On the first time it left me stranded, we put in a new battery. Battery was completely smoked. That had, I don't even know, a couple hundred miles on the bike at that point. The second time it left me stranded, we put a new battery in it and a voltage regulator. One of the things that, and this is all covered under warranty, but one of the things that gets me about this bike is the way it charges. Mine doesn't go over 14.1. I think that's fairly normal out there, but I'm a car guy, been in the car business for a really long time, and 14.5 is pretty much where you want to be. So maybe 14.1's fine on bikes. I don't know. All I know is it's left me stranded. On the third attempt that I brought it in after it left me stranded again, we put a starter in the bike. The starter was drawing so much power, I think that's what was killing the batteries. So, and I'm the second bike in my dealership that's had a starter put in. These guys are really good. It's Scooterville in Minnesota. They've taken care of me. They're dynamite guys over there. The other thing that I've had a problem with on this bike is the clutch. When I bought it, upon decel, which for a year, everything I looked up, the decel clunk, when it hits 22 miles an hour, was normal. That's not a normal thing, guys. It's not normal for the drivetrain in a motorcycle to go ka-tunk on your left foot. Every time you talk to anybody, they think you're talking about the clutch with the rollers. It's a wet clutch on the left side of this bike and a roller clutch on the other side, a CVT. The wet clutch is what's clunking on the left side. You can feel it in your left foot. What I noticed was anything over 40 miles an hour, when you decelled down to 22, it would clunk. If you only hit 39 miles an hour, it would not do that. I'm assuming the plates move just a little bit more once you're up to speed, but I don't really know. All I know is they put a new clutch in it, and it is perfectly smooth now. So again, I will say this. The clunk on decel is not normal. You need a new wet clutch. It was under warranty. That's a $1,500 clutch. Get it done early because you don't want to have to put that thing in by yourself or pay for it. Get a new clutch. It's bad. If you're getting a clunk, your clutch is bad. If your dealer wants to call my dealer, tell him to give him a shout because he knows all about it. Now, tell you the things I love about it, and then, I'll tell you what. Let's start with the bad. The really only bad thing I know about this bike, well, there's a few. They are opinions. The back shock needs preload. It's shameful that a bike this size and this much power doesn't have preload that you can adjust the rear suspension a little bit when you're 2 up. It doesn't have a big enough spring to really handle 2 up. I'm not a little person. It could use some preload. It's not horrendous, but it could use preload. The other thing, the space for your feet. And I notice it looks about the same on the brand new version. It's not enough space. If that had 2 more inches out, it would be fantastic. Okay? That's an opinion. Next opinion, the front windscreen that comes with it is horrendous. I had side buffeting, head buffeting. It was pretty bad. So I bought the Givi from Europe, came out of France. I have to look through that screen. It's really big. It's bigger than the Givi. I don't know if they're available or not anymore. I will tell you that once it gets cold out, heated grips in this windshield, outstanding. Just outstanding. It's a pretty warm bike. The summertime and how I like riding it the best, I've got the Windscreen from Europe that pretty much handles 90% of my riding. It hits you in the chest, leaves your head out in the breeze, doesn't really give you any buffeting. It just hits you in the chest like it should. And then I wear a helmet. So then your helmet is in the wind. Most helmets are fairly aerodynamic, so they're pretty wonderful. 2-up riding, this thing's fantastic. Backrest for the wife on the SH47, and she loves it. Could be a little bit more seat on the back, but it's not bad, according to her. I put a little cup holder on it, so we have some water while we're riding. I really haven't done anything else. The battery they put in was a lithium, so then you got to have a lithium charger. A little inconvenient because I got a bunch of battery tenders around for batteries, and none of them were lithium, so I had to buy a new one. But I will tell you this, if you're having slow starts, get a lithium battery. It's very much toy-like. It weighs ounces, which probably takes a little weight off the front wheel. But when you pick it up, you're going to go, that's not really a battery, right? Are you kidding? It's totally worth it. There is stuff online about the earlier lithium batteries going bad and stuff, but it sounds like the newer lithium batteries are great. I'm not having a problem. And those few times where I was almost stranded, that battery pulled me through. So as the starter was going worse and worse and worse and drawing it down, that lithium battery actually helped me get started each time. So I would highly recommend getting a lithium battery in one of these. What else? Brakes are great on this thing. She's a stallion. I am, as I said, I've had a bunch of scooters. You take a little bit of man points hit when you buy a scooter. You know, your bike guys are going to give you a little bit of a hard time. Once they ride these things, man, it takes all that away. Guys are like, oh dear God, that thing's awesome. Yep. I have gout every once in a while, so shifting a manual motorcycle is kind of tough. So that's kind of one of the reasons we started looking into the scooters. Again, this is number 5 Kimco scooter. I had a couple of 250s, a 200. I had the BMW 650 GT, and now this. Loved them all. They all have their little quirks. I think if the clutch took care of the clutch on this thing, the charging is fine at 14.1, although it does drop to 13.9 when I turn the grip heaters on. It does not come over 14, so a little questionable there. Fix the windscreen to whatever you like for height, and then you will love these things. Maybe I got a bad one. A lot of guys out there not complaining about anything. But then again, a lot of guys think it's normal. No matter what it is, if it's doing it, it must be good. Sometimes you just got to make some, or have some answers and questions for your dealership. And then they need to be honest with you. It's tough for dealerships to own up to things where they have to warranty it because they don't get paid as much to warranty stuff. So they always tell you, I've never heard anything like that. They have. This stuff is out there. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of a Kimco AK 550. I love it. That is my, hopefully this summer, camper vehicle. I was a little hesitant to take it last year because it was leaving me stranded, but I think this year shouldn't be a problem. I have a 2-bike camper trailer that I take. It is an Intech Discover, so I can fit 2 motorcycles in it. We take the 2 Royal Enfields pretty often. If you want to check those out, I put a couple of videos out of those. Just go to my site and watch those videos. These things are pretty cool. But they fit those 2 in there no problem. This thing obviously goes in there no problem. I will say this. She's a big girl. That's not a little bike. But if you got any questions, just go ahead and ask in the comments. If you could like the videos, I will put more out. I live in Minnesota. It's cold and snowy, and I don't ride in the snow. So once spring comes, I'll get this thing out. You'll see it with the summer windshield on it. And dude, these things are awesome. They are big though. It's like riding a horse. It's girthy in the middle. You know, it's built for a big person. So you guys have a great day. If you own one of these, you can like it. If you don't own one of these, I would look into it. I don't know how many there's going to be. You can probably buy them for free. There's a guy in Illinois right now with, I think he started the year with almost 30 last year, and I think he still has like 15. I bet he's dying to give them away. If you want a super cool, super fast scooter, I would talk to that guy. But any other questions, throw it in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll put out a bunch more videos. If you like other bikes, my two Royals are really cool. They are one of 30 each in the United States, and I have a matching pair of number 2s. That is those two right there. Under blankets. I just did a suspension video on that one. That's why it's not got a cover. But watch the videos. Pretty cool. Thanks much. Bye.